Okay, let's jump right into what is officially my first course vlog on YouTube. This is the Country Oaks golf course in southern Indiana, Montgomery, Indiana to be exact. Hole number 1 is a par 5. From the green tees today, 480 yards, dogleg left. And I'm just going to hit a 3-wood to attempt to keep the ball in play. And that one shoots a little bit out to the right, but safe. Second shot is a layup. There is a creek that runs in front of the green, so no need to go for this green in 2, just a nice layup, hopefully within 100 yards. And I think I was 98 yards, and I think I have a 50-degree wedge here. And I hit this one pretty good. And what should be a tap-in birdie. Lips out. But the second one is good. So disappointing par, but on to hole number 2, which is par 3, I think it was playing 152. Hit it a little bit to the right, but not too bad, pin high. See if I can get up and down. Pretty good chip. And I think I have about 3 feet for par. Pretty good stroke, and it finds the bottom of the cup. Okay, third hole, 361-yard par 4. Got a little bit of water to the right. Again, hitting a 3-wood, trying to keep it in play. Hit it pretty good, not great, a little bit to the right, but caught the fairway. And I think this was about a 6-iron, 170-ish yards. Caught it just a little bit heavy, but at the pin, just short of the green, another hopefully chip and putt. Pretty good chip, and I thought that was going in the hole. And we'll take the tap in par. The fourth hole is about a 330-yard par 4, and I think I hit a driver because you have to get over some water. And I do get over. I kind of cut the corner. I got about 60 yards, and I caught this one a little bit clean and flew the green. First little hiccup of the day. Need to chip back, not a bad chip, just a little bit right of the pin. And, 10 or 12 feet for par. and just missed. Not a bad putt, just didn't drop. All right, hole number 5 is 370 yard par 4, pretty straight. And I got lucky. You don't see it in this shot, but there was water right behind me that I just missed. So I had about 140 yards left, hit a 9-iron just short. So another chip and putt opportunity. And a pretty good chip, and I think I knocked that one in. Let's find out. Yeah, tap that one in for par. So number 6, I believe this is a par 5. Hit driver. Actually missed the layup to here on my second shot. So now I'm hitting 3, and I have this tree I have to go under, unfortunately, and hit a pretty good little 9-iron. But it didn't catch up in the rough like I thought it would, and it just trickled over the backside. So another chip and putt opportunity here. Caught it just a little clean and goes about 10 feet past. So I have this left for par. And yeah, just a little bit to the left, I believe. So this hole I actually missed the drive. This is my second shot, hit a good drive down the middle, and this is a tough hole. A lot of trouble to the left, so I had to bail out to the right and left myself about a 40-foot putt uphill. And yeah, not a good putt. Leave that about 6 feet short and to the left. I need this for par. And it does not drop, so that's a 3 putt. This is a par 3, I believe, the 8th hole, and I had a, correction, I had to skip the 8th hole. I went around to foursome, but I come back and make that up later. This is a par 4, number 9. Hit a decent drive, but got right behind that tree, and then had to chip up over it. So came up, I think this was about 40 feet short. And again, just these greens were in great shape, just a little bit on the slow side, especially uphill. So another tester for a par. and just pulled that, just a bad putt. So starting the back 9, this is a par 4, 350 yards. Again, hitting a 3-wood. Hit it good. This hole was a little tricky. The fairway looked like it went to the right, but it actually, it looked like it went to the left, but it actually went to the right. So I ended up in the rough and then had to go around this tree, which I clipped, but ended up in pretty good shape somehow. So I have a birdie putt. And just can't get a putt to drop. But a pretty routine par. On to 11. Correction, I had to skip 11 also because of a high school tournament. So went straight to number 12, a par 5. And this was my first bad drive of the day. There was water left and ended up laying up to here after my drop. I missed my layup. And I have about 110 yards to the pin, and I had to go over those trees in front of me, so I had to get it up pretty quick. And went a little bit too far, but on the top tier, this is a downhill, hard breaking putt to the right. And give myself a chance for bogey after the penalty stroke. Once again, cannot get the putt to drop. Of course, the second putt, as usual, goes right in. So that was a double bogey. This hole's a short par 4, but you can't miss left. There's water and trees, and you definitely have to miss right, which I did, but probably a little too far right. And it left me about 60 yards. Out of some pretty thick rough, though, and I just caught it a little bit fat and ended up short. So my third shot, I need to hopefully get close to give me a chance at par, but kind of pulled that one and hit it a little bit clean out of that rough. So now I have a downhill putt for par. Making this short par 4 much harder than it needs to be. And I have this for bogey. And I make that. Par 3, I believe this is about 150 yards. And I hit a pretty good shot. I think that was an 8-iron uphill. And another decent look at birdie. This one broke pretty hard to the left, and I knew that and just couldn't get it to the hole. But as usual, the second putt finds the back door and drops in. So that's a par. Hole 15 is par 5. They had this one pretty short today. I think about 450 or 60 yards, and I kind of bailed out to the right. You can't miss left on this hole. So bailed it out to the right, basically laying up from about 220 with a 4-iron. Hit it pretty solid, and it ran out pretty good. So, about 30 or 40 yards to the pin. Hit a pretty good chip. And another look at birdie. About 8 feet. And this one drops. All right, on to number 16. It's a par 4, 365 yards. Looks like I've got the 3-wood again just to keep it in play. And this one I hit right down the middle and totally forgot. I've only played this course once or twice. That there is water that you can't see. And I hit that side hill. And it rolled right in, about 2 inches in. So took my drop. And I had about 98 yards with a 50-degree kind of uphill into the wind. With the wind. And I have this left for par. And just miss. So that was a bogey 5, on to 17. Oh, I take that back. This is one of the makeup par 3s, so this would be number 11. I bail that out to the right. But pin high, so fairly decent downhill chip, a little bit quick, so I had to be careful. Didn't catch it real clean, but because it was downhill and quick, it ended up in okay shape. But again, another 8 to 10 footer for par, and didn't get it to drop. My drive on number 17, I missed that, but it was a good drive down the middle. I had about 125 yards with a wedge, and I hit it pretty solid, and I have this for birdie. And leave that about a foot and a half, 2 feet short. Hopefully I can clean that up. And it drops. So on to 18, which is a very cool hole. Water all along the left side. It's short, less than 300 yards, but you definitely can't miss left. So I hit a pretty good shot, kind of drew it, started it right, and it got a nice kick off the cart path, back down toward the hole. That was a 3-wood. So about 50 yards to the pin. The pin was way back, so I couldn't go miss long. So I probably played it a little bit too safe, but still had about 15 feet for birdie. Just missed that and knock it in for par. On the other par 3, I went back and played, did not film it. Ended up making a bogey, so ended up shooting 41 on the front, 40 on the back for 81. If you like this content, please comment, like, and subscribe. And hopefully more course vlogs coming your way.